And as we get going this Thursday morning, still looking at some road impacts here, mostly from what was falling here last evening. Still looking at some problems out on some of those main and side roads. I-70, though, for the most part, is looking okay. But still, you want to check that MoDOT traveler map before you get going this morning. Looking at Feature Track, though, again, whatever is left out there is fairly light in nature, and it looks like it's going to be on its way out as we get into the next couple of hours. Again, by about midday, I think we're going to be seeing some of these flurries finally starting to shut off here, if not before that. Looking at some of those wind chills, unfortunately, not a lot of relief on that front. We're going to be topping out in the single digits, but at least we're on the right side of zero. That's not going to be the case getting into this week and really getting into tonight. I think we're going to finally start to feel some of those effects of some of that colder air starting to kind of infiltrate mid-Missouri as we get into tomorrow morning, getting back below zero, pretty well below zero, back in places like Macon, even getting into Brunswick. And tomorrow afternoon, I think we can still get back on the right side of zero, but it may be a little bit closer than a lot of us would like. As we get into this weekend, I mentioned it's getting worse from there. Again, overnight lows falling to about 3 degrees Saturday morning. Sunday morning, we're falling below zero. Monday morning, we're going to be about there again when you factor in some of that wind. Again, anywhere from about 15 to 20 degrees below zero is what we're expecting in terms of the worst wind chill. And again, you can thank that polar vortex. But again, this is where it is, or at least one lobe of some of that cold air is just in southern portions of Canada. That may seem like it's far enough away. It's not, because it's supposed to be up here, up north around that Arctic Circle. The reason why it's so far dislodged is we got a little bit of high pressure that's worked its way into the Arctic Circle, and that kind of dislodges some of that colder air, and it's got to go somewhere. It can't eject out into space, so it oftentimes heads south. And as we get into the next couple of days, really by next week, I think things start to shape back up a little bit better. You saw that lobe of cold air kind of get absorbed and kind of going to circulate back around the North Pole here as we get toward the middle and end of next week. So we got to wait until then before we start to see some improvements. Looking at that ABC 17 Storm Track 7-day forecast, there it is, and it's a brutal one as we get into Sunday and Monday. High's going to be topping out in the middle single digits before we can get back into the teens by Tuesday. But again, you notice by Wednesday, I think we're at least headed in the right direction as we get into the end of next week.